Part 2. Who is he? Xiao Zhan sat there trying to figure out what to do next. He consulted his phone again. Considering the heat, how thirsty Wang Yibo was, and how overdressed he was, it was most likely heat exhaustion. He went to the kitchen and made some ice packs. He carefully placed one under Wang Yibo's neck. Then he loosened the headband so he could place another on Wang Yibo's forehead. The headband was heavier than he remembered. Next, he pulled off the ancient-style boots Wang Yibo was wearing and placed the third ice pack on the soles of his feet. He sat down again and pulled out his phone. Maybe, if he could figure out where Wang Yibo's phone was, he could use it to figure out who to contact to come get him. If they were filming a commercial nearby or a promotional of some sort, someone should be looking for him by now. He heard the phone ringing on his phone, but not on Wang Yibo. Did he have it on silent? It went to voicemail, so he left a message. Hey, Yibo, it's Zhan. I need to ask you something. Could you call me back when you have a chance? That was vague enough to not embarrass Wang Yibo if he woke up lucid. I should get some work done, he thought, and went to grab a script for his upcoming drama. A few hours later, his phone rang. It was Wang Yibo. The man sleeping on his couch hadn't moved. Hello? Hey, Zhan, what's up? Just got your message. It was Wang Yibo's voice. Xiao Zhan's mind was racing. Can we FaceTime? Sure. Wang Yibo's smiling face appeared on the screen. What's up? Xiao Zhan switched his camera settings to show the man on his couch. What the F? Wang Yibo screeched. Who is that? I thought it was you. Damn. Did he say it was me? He said his name is Lan Wangji. Oh my God. Zhan, listen, I have to get on stage. They're calling my name. Call the police. Wang Yibo was gone. Sure, call the police. But what could he say to them? That he wanted them to arrest the man he had invited into his home and invited to lay down on his couch, who had done nothing illegal? Even if he had grounds to call the police, it would get leaked to the media, and he could find himself involved in another scandal. Considering that this guy looked exactly like Wang Yibo, another scandal could end his career. He dropped his head into his hands, wondering why he had been so impulsive. He should have known it couldn't be Wang Yibo. He'd have to be very careful, very polite, and not give whomever this was anything to go to the media with. Then he had a terrifying thought. What if he has some secret recording device on him and has been recording this whole time? Xiao Zhan walked to the back of his house. I'm such an idiot! Needing to calm down, he went to the basement where his gym was and started punching the training bag. After a while, he switched to weightlifting and an hour later hopped on the treadmill to run. Dripping with sweat, he went to his room and took a shower. He'd have to carefully play it by ear and find a way to avoid a scandal. Xiao Zhan cautiously went back to the living room. Lan Wangji was sitting cross-legged on the floor, apparently meditating. Feeling any better? Silence. Are you hungry? Thirsty? Lan Wangji looked at him. Yes, but first, he seemed uncomfortable. What? Where is the outhouse? There is no outhouse. Then where do you... Xiao Zhan grinned. You really don't know? Follow me. He showed him the guest bathroom. I don't understand, Lan Wangji said. He's good. Must have played in some ancient dramas to be able to pull this off. But I need to remain polite and go along, Xiao Zhan thought. So he explained how the bathroom worked. Lan Wangji seemed impressed until Xiao Zhan demonstrated how to flush the water. The noise clearly bothered him. When Lan Wangji emerged, Xiao Zhan asked him politely if he wanted to eat. And Lan Wangji asked if rice and vegetables were available. Easy enough, Xiao Zhan thought, marveling at the man's ability to stay in character. He made some tea to go with the meal, and they settled down to eat. It was getting dark. Xiao Zhan turned on the overhead lights. The man's arm went up to shield his eyes. Your lanterns are so bright, he said. Xiao Zhan dimmed the lights. Eh? How'd you do that? Lan Wangji asked. Xiao Zhan showed him the dimmer switch. I don't know exactly how it works. Lan Wangji played with the dimmer for a minute, then thanked him for the hospitality and asked where he could sleep for the night. Xiao Zhan pointed at the couch. He wasn't about to allow this man to see any more of his house. Lan Wangji nodded and settled down. Xiao Zhan went back to his script. Around midnight, he glanced over at Lan Wangji, who was sound asleep. This could be a good time to look for a recording device. He started with the headband Lan Wangji had taken off for the night. This wasn't a production prop. It was much more intricate and ornate than the production pieces. It looked like a real piece of art. It was much more intricate. It looked like a real piece of art. Very well made, quality materials, and expensive. The hair pieces were just as impressive. Whoever this was either had money or was being supported by someone who had money, and he couldn't find any recording devices. The sword was the most magnificent of all, and it was real. Xiao Zhan ran to his room, locked the door, and put a chair up against it. The sword was real. It could have been murdered. Maybe I should call the police after all. You can't carry a real sword without a permit. But what if he has a permit? This was getting more dangerous, more exciting, and more intriguing. It was almost as if he was a character in a drama. I should document everything as evidence. Maybe I can turn this into a drama someday. As for how to continue handling the situation, just sleep on it and figure it out in the morning. After documenting the events of the day and much tossing and turning, he finally drifted off.